All right, and we're live, folks.
Awesome.
Yay!
So we got Jake Bill on here again.
Oh,
Showing
I
off
just
some-
I just had a power fluctuation. Am I still here?
Yeah, you're here.
Still here.
Okay, cool.
Got my buddy Kingy on here for a change. Was able to convince him to come on, and of course, as always, Matt.
Hello.
So yeah, Jake's showing off some of his beatdown girl art that he's doing.
This is a pretty boring page. I got doing an isometric cityscape so people have a general idea of the location that she's heading to in this part of the story.
Nice.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's a lot of detail.
Well, there's some detail. There's some fundamental stuff that's wrong with it, but I'm using detail to hide it. Hopefully,
You're doing it well.
that's good.
I'm not gonna act like I can see it. I figured I'm gonna have some fun with Doom while being on the stream tonight because I've been in the mood to play Doom lately. Well, Doom 3.
Yeah, I've been really tempted to play Fallout all day, but I can't do it until if I start playing Fallout 4. I'm just gonna. Except that the story was so crap, the main story, but the side quests are a lot of fun.
Have you modded it?
I have not modded it.
Bethesda have online modding where you can just grab things when you're in game, and it gives certain added upgrades in a sense where you can have more weapons that people have created and posted.
Cool.
So it gives more of a variety of what you'd like to do.
Do they have a mod that gives it a better main story?
There are new areas or it depends on how big and extensive you want a mod. You could have like whole new DLC type areas that people have just created.
Right on.
And to let you know, Jack, we have Jake, Bill, Matt, and my buddy Kingy.
Hello.
So, yeah, I managed to get him on a stream for a change.
It's a lie. I'm just an illusion.
Yes, you're totally an illusion. A figment of all our imaginations?
Damn it, they're onto me.
Yes.
An illusion of the beating in your adolescent heart. That's a quote from Oh My Goddess and Fully Cooley. Sorry.
Huh?
Hello?
We're here. You are still alive.
And I made a lame anime joke.
Wait, what's it from? My brain's not working properly.
It was from Fully Cooley, or FLCL, but it was also it was quoting a scene from Oh My Goddess.
And we have a Canales.
Yes, you do. Hey, what's up, guys?
Hello.
Comic work.
Canales,
What up?
my buddy
What up?
Kingy. Kingy? Canales.
Hello.
Hey, what's up, man? Nice to meet you.
Not much. Nice to meet you too.
Yeah, basically tonight's just a goof off stream so Jake could show off some of his work on Beatdown Girl.
Yeah. Oh, except it's weird. My tab with the Hangouts is hidden somewhere here, so I can find you guys.
Whoa.
All right. Oh, cool. Awesome. We got the Iron Sights guy.
Yes.
Yeah, that's me.
Awesome.
I'm the Iron Sights guy.
Which, by the way, I'm not sure if I mentioned it. Congratulations on the success of Iron Sights, dude.
Thank you. My mind is still pretty blown after we outsold Neil Gaiman. That's pretty fucking amazing.
Hey, I'm just glad the book did well. It's one of those gives you a chance to get your name out there more, so you can get on more books.
No, definitely. I've been having lots of offers via DMs lately. So yeah, I'm finally my career as an artist is finally taking off after nearly 20 years of unsuccessfully trying to become a professional.
Hey, that's awesome. Glad to hear it. Like, all it took was, aligning yourself with diversity in comics. Go figure.
Yeah, it's been so easy that it's almost unbelievable. I just sent him a picture via Gmail because he seemed to like it on Twitter, and he offered me a job, and I was like, sure, man.
Thingy, since you don't know, basically diversity in comics is a controversial figure within the YouTube comics community.
Yeah.
He doesn't know anything about the. He's heard from me bitching, but he doesn't really know much about a lot of the stuff going on within comics.
So he's a virgin on the subject.
No fully.
I don't think what Zach's doing is controversial. I think everyone else is just treating him controversially.
Well, I agree. It's just
Yeah.
that's why I'm saying he is a quote unquote controversial. Come on. Oh.
What's crazy is that the guy's the most laid back, chill guy I've met on YouTube. I mean, I follow guys like Weaponized Night Rage. He's much more angry and intense than Zack. Zack is just some guy sitting on his car saying, this comic kind of sucks.
Well, it's one of those. That's what makes the Comedy Central videos so freaking hilarious. Is the fact that he basically just went on there and trolled them, like crappy haircut and all. It was worth it.
I completely backfired because Jim Jeffries was clearly trying to trigger him, with the black Superman pictures and all that, and he was like, not bad, not good. Like, dude, you're supposed to be a racist madman, and you're just sitting there being completely chill.
Mm-hmm. That's what makes it so hilarious. I actually watched just some guy's video that he released yesterday, and oh god, dude, you could tell he was having some fun.
Bitch.
Like, basically, the best way to describe it is he called everyone on their bullshit. And
yeah, absolutely.
like it who dares shoot me? Oh, shit!
You dead imp!
Oh man!
That was one of those. I got hosed, Tommy.
Should call this live stream the kitchen sink because we're doing everything. We got controversy. We got Doom 3. We got drawing.
Yep.
It's awesome.
You get canales now. You got a crazy Spanish guy.
I would not say crazy. You're too nice to be crazy.
I know. I like to play the crazy guy, especially when I'm trolling as you always. But I'm actually pretty nice, if I can say so myself.
Oh yeah, like it's one of those. Like I said, diversity in comics is the worst white supremacist ever.
Yeah, the guy who has a Mexican son and a Jewish daughter. Yeah.
Right. And I'm not getting caught by that surprise.
Huh.
But yeah. So how goes the McKinsey Chronicles, Matt?
Pretty good, with the exception of the false false PayPal claim, which is holding up my arse for about at least 10 days.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, thank you, Matthew Fowler. You're a dick.
Just wow. I'm sorry to hear that, dude, because I know you've been, trying to get that ready so you can finally have, get your Indiegogo going and everything, and that's going to slow you down a lot.
Oh yeah. Well, I've waited about 6 years now. I can wait a month or less.
So you're waiting on him to get a PayPal, or
Well, I'm waiting on him to clear a false PayPal claim from this guy who hired him to do a job, which he did.
I getcha. And the
Yep.
guy, yeah. So he had a complaint on him, and okay, I see.
Yep. He's completely self-destructed, and I think that one of the things that he's making a claim on is that the artist had drawn the main character who was in the promo pictures.
Yeah, I don't know, but I don't know the story, so that's
Yeah, well, it's not much of a story to tell, and it's not much. I know that the guy who made the claim had also followed me and unfollowed me about 5 or 6 times. So I think he's a little crazy. So I'm not gonna get mixed up in that.
Yeah. How to avoid the crazies.
Yep.
Yeah, I have that problem too because I'm too trustworthy with people on Twitter because they're like so nice and welcoming and shit, and I'm so used to people being an asshole to me in Spain, you know.
Well, that just see. I don't. That's the thing that always has bothered me. Why do people always? Why do they have to be an asshole to the people that are actually genuinely not? Genuinely nice.
genuinely.
Thank you. My tongue and mouth was like, I'm on vacation.
That's my brain to mouth all the time.
Right? Like, wow. Come on. I know how to English. I've done it long enough.
I'm learning right now.
Hey, your English is fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. I always say that I write like Shakespeare and I talk like Borat.
You speak English better than most people I know.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
As I like to, I'll admit I stole it from The Fifth Element, but my favorite line is I speak 2 languages, English and bad English, and my English ain't so good. Hey, Tubby. Bye, Tubby.
So hey, no, go ahead. Sorry.
Hey, look, it's a headless horseman. But as much as I like the combat shotgun in this, I still feel like they should have gone in 3. Like, my only complaint is they should have had the double barrel from Classic Doom.
Which is why I think the new Doom is the superior game, even though Bethesda are apparently assholes too.
Well, Bethesda is also known as the company that makes their players fix their games for them.
Yeah.
And Bethesda just buys other companies too. Like, I mean, they bought the rights from Interplay to get Fallout, and then they bought id so they could have their own game engine, and instead of having to use Havoc, and so they just buy other companies, really.
Yeah. I guess it's better than Valve, who doesn't make games anymore.
Well, why would you make games when you have all the motherfucker? Oh, that's why I can't.
I don't know if I would make games if I owned Steam. If I owned Steam, I might just live on an island somewhere.
True.
Draw comics.
Right?
Yep.
Like, I don't know. I personally was never a big Half-Life fan anyway, so I've played the second one. That's about it. Not even any of the episodes. Just straight up second one.
Half-Life wasn't a bad game.
I haven't played it mainly because when I did try to play it, the first time my computer couldn't handle it properly, and I went too high in resolution. It was like, nope, fuck you. And when I tried to fix it, it wouldn't let me.
Yeah, but that game had always been plagued with some problems that have been existing for a while.
I wouldn't know. Like I said, I've never played the first one. Never like after your third or fourth time having to restart a game, you just eventually go screw it, which is what I did.
Trying to think about when the last time I did a screw it, I'm done playing kind of moment.
I can tell you it was with Alien Isolation. Isolation, sorry.
Yeah, that's the game. God, it's a good game, but it was scary.
Have you guys?
It was-
Oh, go ahead.
No, it was as scary as it was frustrating. You know, I was after getting killed in the same map for like the 11th time. I said, "Fuck this! I'm not enjoying this game anymore. I'm just angry at it."
Oh, just wait until you play it with the Kinect on.
Oh,
And you have asshole friends.
great. No, I uninstalled it. I still have it on my Steam library. Maybe one day I'll master the courage. You know the what's the word for it? You know the serenity to play it again.
Well, from what I've heard, that game just there's a lot of issues with it where like the alien knows where you are no matter how well you hide and things like that, and it's like, wait. So if the whole point of the game is stealth and you are going perfectly stealth and the alien still knows where you are, what's the point of the game?
Well, it doesn't know where you are as long as you don't make a sound. And sometimes people can be stupid and just, oh, I don't know, throw off a noise, one of those noise bombs,
Okay.
and that will just kill you.
See, I've never been an Alien fan anyway. Like, I thought the Xenomorphs were a cool idea. Like, I guess the best way to put it is the thing that's always bothered me about the Xenomorphs is like, they're just basically impossible to kill. And like, what's the like?
Well, they're not impossible to kill. I mean, in Aliens, like Ripley killed like all of them, right? On that planet.
I think that the whole point in the first movie is that they couldn't kill the thing because it bled acid, so you know it would eat through the hull. That was the whole point, that they couldn't kill him. They could only outlast him.
Yeah.
Oh. I've only seen like half of the first one. Ow. And about all of Resurrection. All of Resurrection. I've seen that one.
Oh, they just weird one, huh?
Well,
Fuck Trader. Just weird movie.
Hey, Disney owns Fox now, so expect more Alien Resurrection.
Yeah, I'm expecting them to be so uncreative that next year there's going to be Spider-Man versus Aliens. I'm just like, it's going to come.
Yeah.
well, for me, like I said, I was never really that big of an Aliens fan, so nah. My whole thought is make the Alien Queen a Disney princess and move on.
She'd be the best Disney princess ever.
Kill
Right.
all the other princesses.
Very true. Very true.
But I don't think it's a coincidence that Disney just bought Fox and they announced female predators.
I think what makes you get is the alien going, mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all?
you, because I don't want that weird like Minnie Mouse inside your mouth biting me. I'm good. I'm good.
We should start keeping a tally on how many franchises they ruin.
There's gonna be a lot.
Hold up, I
So-
thought Wikipedia did that already.
Possibly. But so, are you saying Disney's basically trying to Infinity Stone the franchises?
Yes.
Mickey Mouse snaps his finger and destroys half of them at once.
I can't wait until they try to buy Star Trek so they can do Star Trek versus Star Wars.
I don't think. I think Vivendi is a really big company. I don't think Vivendi's going to sell out to Disney.
No. Thankfully.
Give it time.
It'll be better than STD.
Well, they just announced a Captain Picard series.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
but
But
we
he's
don't.
like 80 now. I mean, shouldn't he retire or something?
Well, my whole thought is what the hell happened to me?
Shit.
Like, I go walking in an area, all of a sudden dead.
Booby trap.
Well, you are playing Doom.
Yeah, you got a point there.
Doom does a lot.
But, nah, I'm sorry, but it won't take much to be better than Star Trek Discovery. All you gotta do is, there really isn't much you gotta do. Like, I got watching a video, it's what led to me watching the Orville, which I need to get back to. Still have yet to do it. But this YouTuber, oddly enough, being the fact we have an Englishman in the call or hangouts, whatever. But oddly enough, it was an Englishman going and breaking down why the Orville is better than Discovery. And what's funny about it is he pointed out one of the biggest things. Like, even when they had big overarching stories like DS9, things like that, all the stories were like self-contained and things like that. Let me check chat real quick.
Yeah, I'm looking at myself right now. Looks like Avid says, "LOL, Bethesda basically requires modders to finish their game." Oh, that's earlier, yeah.
Yeah, it is.
That is true.
The wheat must be separated from the chaff, no matter what Mickey does when we can snap his fingers. Yeah. Looks
Yeah.
like he's doing the Thanos thing too.
All right. Like I said, dude, all these franchises are the Infinity Stones of the fandoms, I guess. And here's the thing. The way I look at it at this point, the way all the fandoms have been being infiltrated by SJWs, like, it might be a good thing. It might be a good thing.
Well, for comics is it's a I'm going to say wonderful time because there's people out there like Nasser who he just hired Donald Delay to draw his comic, and just imagine lots of respected professionals fleeing the industry because it's been infected by lunatics, and they're willing to draw anything. And you're a grown ass man now. You have money. You have life savings, and you can pay them to draw whatever you want. I think that's amazing in some way.
Oh, yeah, but it's... The point I'm making is the fact that, let's see, it started out with video game, like, movies have always been far left. We can all agree there. Movies have generally always been far left, but they've stuck to what made them money, not identity politics.
Yeah.
And then you have the Gamergate situation, which pretty much was twisted by a whole bunch of people who, let's just be honest, a whole lot of misinformation.
Well,
And-
what happened? what happened was Gamergate actually won, but the problem was the journalists were still in their jobs, so they just wrote stories that kind of delegitimized it after the fact.
Mm-hmm.
Like the games are still, I mean, the games still have sexy girls in them, and the games are still badass. It's just that game journalism is still a joke.
Oh, it really is. It really is. And the thing that bothers me is I actually watched another video where the dude just described it as what Gamergate basically was like you got a bunch of people at a party, like fancy ball or dinner party, whatever, gala, whatever you want to call it. You had the small group of people who heard about the incident that happened with the public breakup between what's her nuts and who's in good with all the gaming journos and
Joey Quinn.
Huh?
Joey Quinn.
Yeah.
Yes. And basically they were sitting right next to that table where they're all talking about the public breakup between Zoe Quinn and her boyfriend and her sleeping with a gaming journo to get a good review and this, that, and the other. Well, but where that table was could only be seen by all the gaming journos and Zoe Quinn and them, and they thinking everybody else is talking about it when it was just these guys. So what they do is this group of gaming journos led by Zoe Quinn go up on stage, cut the music, take over the mic, and they're like, "You're all a bunch of racist, misogynistic, whoop-de-bam, whoop-de-bam." And that's what led to Gamergate. And then there was a whole bunch of misinformation because, they made the comments, so then they had to back it up. They had to support their, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's not like they're going to admit that they're wrong.
Well,
there's a lot going on the Zoe Quinn side that wasn't that great. But I mean, the main thing was that it was, it was a combination of people who were different political spectrum who just wanted their games to be good and wanted people to evaluate them honestly. It's kind of like what Zach's doing now. I mean, he's evaluating. I mean, if an SJW actually wrote a good comic book, and they have, I mean, Zach, is one of the first people that would actually, say it's a good comic book.
He praised Chip Zdarsky lots of times.
Yeah. And so what's happening, I mean, it's the same thing right now. It's basically, it's just a movement calling for integrity in amongst comic book professionals, and that they don't blame their fans when their writing sucks. It's that kind of authenticity. And I guess one of the things that makes this similar to Gamergate is that both Ethan and Zach are using Vox Day's playbook. We're making sure that we don't, that we're very disciplined, and that no matter what happens, no matter what people on the SJW side say about us, that we stay positive and we just keep making great books, and we'll leave them in the dust. So that's the main thing, I guess.
Yeah. And it's like, for me, the way I look at it, I will say that there are people within the quote-unquote Comicsgate community that, if you ask me, have done more to hurt Comicsgate than help it. I will,
like who?
I'm not going to publicly blast anybody. Doesn't matter. It's one of those, they are people who have a big, I will say they're the bigger platform guys. That's what happened. I got squished by that thing. But
regardless of that, I think part of the issues that happen is that anything that happened, including falling outs or anything, it's basically, I think people cared so much about the movement that they wanted to make sure that that they were still coming from the right place. And I think the problem was miscommunications and everything, just led to misunderstandings between people.
I overall think that they handled the disagreements pretty well. I mean, there wasn't, any really big dramas or anything. I think they're all friends now, right? I mean, yeah. I don't know if Cummings and what's his name are, I'm just saying.
But I'm going to say this much, all right, and I'm going to... Okay, I'll come clean. Yes, it's EVS. All right?
Oh.
It's EVS. It's his rock star mentality. It's his conflated ego. It's like, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's. I mean, you can. I mean, he's extroverted, and that's very true. But I think you want to be careful, just because, you know, one of the rules is, be grateful even if he is, too extroverted for your taste. Be grateful he's on your side. you know.
I understand that. I'm just saying we are held a higher standard, and I hate it when you see people who know we're held to a higher standard making jokes that can be used against us at a later time. If that makes sense.
Yeah, but the only way those jokes would work, I mean, the only way that would really harm us is if we don't stick together. If at the end we stick together and we laugh about whatever they're throwing at us, it's really not going to matter what an SJW would say about what we're doing. So
because the only power they have with the jokes, is that they deny you access to their world, to their club. If you're not in the club anymore, you just don't care, because that's how they operate. They gang together, and they begin spreading rumors about you, and you're out of the industry. You don't work there anymore, like this Brian Wood guy. But if you're already out, who cares what they say about you? I mean, if you committed a crime, as I always tell them, they keep saying that about Zach. Zach is the head of a terrorist organization, dude. Then shut up, grab the evidence, and go to the nearest FBI office. So wasting your time on the internet. But they never do that. It's just a matter of shaming you. They're trying to shame you and make you apologize. If they can get that, they'll eventually, I don't know, kill themselves. Maybe, I hope not, but just saying, they hold no power over you.
Oh, I'm not denying that, and that's why I'm saying I personally don't like him. I'm not saying anybody else can't like him. I'm not saying anyone else.
Yeah, I mean, there are days where I don't want to listen about Star Wars stuff, and I definitely don't tune in. I mean, but I could always listen to Zach, so that's cool. But I totally get what you're saying. Like, there's some days you just and that's what you do. Just the days you don't want to hear it, you don't watch. So,
well,
That's true.
Definitely, and that's why I said I'm not going to tell anyone who to follow because, all right, no problem, Doug.
Alright, guys, I'm off. Catch you later.
Later, but
see ya.
Later.
Take care, man.
But my whole point, like I said, was it's more complicated than just that. But I'm trying to be respectful to everyone involved and not bring up, those who've requested to not be named.
Gotcha.
But it's one of those I don't like. One of my biggest things, I don't like infighting. Needless infighting is exactly that. Needless infighting.
Yeah.
And to me, it hurts us more than it helps us. Why are we letting ourselves be balkanized over stupid shit?
Yeah, well, yeah, and that's like in the past. I mean, that was like that was like what? That was like a month ago or a month and a half ago. So.
I don't think the problem is the infighting as much as how we handle the infighting. I mean, there's going to be disagreements, and as long as we remain civil and we respect each other and don't try to destroy each other's livelihoods over our disagreements, shit like that, I think that's cool. I don't expect everyone in Comicsgate or I don't even want to say Comicsgate. Like, I don't think it's Comicsgate, just Comicsgate anymore. These guys that are doing this whole new indie comic thing, I don't expect them all to just agree with me. As long as they are civil and they can say whatever they want to me.
Oh
Absolutely.
yeah. Well, let's just say this incident was a week or two ago, and it's one of those. I completely unfollowed BVS on Twitter. I unfollowed him on YouTube. I'm like, you know what? This is the second time he's done this exact same thing, just with a different group of people. And this time it was well, granted, I guess the best way to put it this time is with people I actually know, and I'm like, all right, no, I don't support that behavior. I don't like it. I would expect people to hold themselves to a high standard, especially when the whole thing about Comicsgate was supposed to be about professionalism.
Yeah. Yeah, I know what you
Yep.
mean.
Mhm.
But either way, so how
Did you guys see? Did you guys see this Bleeding Fool article about the next Batman movie?
The one who's neither a sequel nor a reboot nor a prequel, and nobody thinks what the hell it's supposed to be.
Yeah, and they don't know whether Ben Affleck's going to be in it or not.
So they just know that there's going to be some kind of Batman movie at some point. Nothing more.
Well, all I heard was it was supposed to be an actual detective type movie that they were trying to go for. At least that's the feeling that they're trying to go for anyway. And yeah, no, that should be kind of a given, being the fact that it's Batman.
Yeah, and Scott Snyder said that Batman's superpower is that he's the greatest detective.
Oh
So-
God.
Which we rarely see.
It's true.
Yeah. True. Well, that's the one thing I will admit. Like you see
I
it
think
in.
Batman's superpower is that he's like completely insane. But just don't talk about it.
Well, yeah. That's kind of true, because that situation did.
You know, he's functionally insane.
Yes. And it is technically true because he did, like, the Bruce Wayne's the mask. Who he actually is Batman. Like de facto canon. I need to get to this place with some oxygen. But
You should play video games every time you stream
why do you say that?
because you can go off on these awesome segues.
Oh, but
There's no such thing as they're there when you're playing video games.
But no, he was as him, Wonder Woman, and Superman. I've only seen the panel. They're all holding it. Like Wonder Woman goes Diana of the mascara. Superman goes Clark Kent, and Batman goes I'm Batman. And it's
Yeah.
like,
Yep.
and I was like, well, yeah, that pretty much sums it up. And
Who's
that's
the
kind
guy
of
drawing right now?
oh, that's
big.
That's Jacob.
That's,
Oh, it's Jake. Okay.
like, but to me that if I remember right, it's even been canon that Joker has known who Batman is, but he also understands that Bruce Wayne's the mask, Batman's the face.
I think there's a scene in a Scott Snyder comic in which Bruce Wayne goes to see the Joker in Arkham, and he tells him that he's Batman, and the Joker is like in standby mode. He doesn't react. He only acts as his Joker persona when Batman is in front of him. When Bruce Wayne comes along and tells him I'm Batman, he doesn't react.
Because he knows Batman's the mask. Oh, let's see what all's going on here. Let's see. Uh, let's see if I can fix that.
Hey, Canales, are you working on anything right now besides promoting Ironsides?
Well, I'm trying to do in both things. I'm always finishing some commissions, but yeah, I keep getting commissions and loose illustrations via DM, and that's what I'm doing right now.
Are you doing anything of your own? Are you planning like a comic of your own making?
I actually have several ideas. I'm thinking maybe when
Wow,
I'm done.
that's what it
Sorry?
was. I was like, how the hell am I here? Oh,
Hey, nerd,
yeah.
Canales was telling me about something.
No,
You
no, no,
totally interrupted.
this is important, man. I understand. It's Doom 3.
No,
I
no,
completely
no.
understand.
I clicked on the tab that had the stream open. Mind you, it was off, wasn't going, and then it started, and I'm like, holy no, stop! Why am I?
So what were you saying?
Nothing. I was just saying that I got all excited because Zach launched his Splatter Comics label. And I was thinking maybe at some point in the future I might try and pitch in some of my own comic ideas. But I don't know because everyone wants me to draw their own comic ideas.
Well, it's good.
Maybe
Make some money, man.
no, absolutely. Maybe I'll be like Frank Miller. I'll begin by drawing other people's comic books. I'll make a name for myself, make some money, and then I'll try and pitch my own ideas, like my own Sin City stuff like that.
I know you got a lot of people who know your name now. You might be able to do a fundraiser and drum up some money to do your own thing in a little bit.
Yeah,
You see an opening,
yeah, that's what I was thinking. Maybe I don't know. The whole packaging the thing and distributing it and all that kind of puts me off because I'm lazy like that. But it's kind of an attractive idea to just pitch my comic to the people and maybe
Well,
even do a poll. Like these 3 synopsises that I have for comics and let my followers vote.
yeah, sure.
Yeah, you
That-
could even have
what-
Zach promote it in the updates for Iron Sights. Like,
Oh
You
yeah,
should-
I owe
you should
Zach
get
my
Zach
life, man.
You should get Zach to when you do it, you got the end, man. You can get him to pimp it for you.
I'm sorry, you broke off. What did you say?
I said you got the end with Zach, so
Oh yeah.
you can get him to pimp it for you. So that's a nice platform to have access to, because you've done him such a solid by doing. I mean, I like the stuff I read that first chapter. It looked like that's one of the reasons I put money on it. And then when I saw the cover that he got, that I have to admit, when he threw out that cover, I was like, all right, I'm buying it immediately. And then I was gonna wait for the last minute. I said, screw it, I'm gonna put some money on it now. So your art and the cover just sold it for me. I particularly, I liked the writing so far, and I was okay with it. I'm waiting to see how well Zach comes through on Jawbreakers. I'm from his first book and the other books. I bought Chosen just because I was I wanted to support him somehow, and I'm a writer, so I'm pretty picky. And although I love the guy and I enjoy his content, I don't want to be harsh, but he needed the script punched up quite a bit from the 2 forays I saw him do before, and so that was one of the things that I would keep on. I keep writing in on his videos, dude. Get a script doctor because you need it, And
I don't think he'll take that in a bad way. I think he'll appreciate, because that's what he does. He actually put Jawbreakers book 1 out there for other people to roast it, So
well, I mean, it's not an insult, really. It's not
exactly. If you explain to him why you didn't like the comic and you do it in a polite way, that's they did that to me, and I appreciate that. I thank them for that because I think I'm a better artist now.
Right. I mean, and see, that's the good thing about people with thicker skin who can take a little bit of critical introspection on what they're doing, and they can incorporate it into their mindset, and they can make their stuff better. And that's one of the reasons I do like him. He put that stuff out there, that first Jawbreakers book out there, and just people just ripped him to shreds. And he took it all in good humor, which is that's something great. That showed his character. One of the reasons I like him, he allowed, and I think it built a lot of goodwill with a lot of people, that he just took it. Because when we read the first one, we were like, all right, but I think he's that because of that, he was able to come to the table with other people and say, look, I'm willing to hear you out. And look at me. You've seen I will listen to your advice. And I'm sure that he talks about it, that he took a lot of your advice on doing iron sights. I think the last couple of videos he kind of talks about it.
Yeah, he actually did. I don't like to put myself in a pedestal, but I like to think that I somehow contributed to the fourth draft of the script, because it was a movie script when he sent it to me.
Yeah,
and
he said that.
And I translated it to layouts. Every time I would read a scene, basically a movie sequence, I would translate it to these dumb layouts, these absurd doodles, and he would tell me yay or nay. So yeah, I changed a couple of things. I told him, look, this isn't really going to work in comic format, and he said, okay, man, just do your thing. You're a comic artist, and sometimes some things he liked, some things he didn't agree so much, but we reached the middle ground, and I think that the end result is, if I say so myself, slightly better than the original script, because it's more streamlined.
Sure. I mean, you guys are working in a collaborative way, and you're kind of both working like the editor angle, together, because I don't know if you guys have an editor, you ran it past, but so you guys have to work.
Me, actually.
Okay, but I mean, like, you guys are doing editorial on the work so that you can make it as best you can, and you probably did. You probably streamlined it, saying, let's cut the chaff here and make sure that this moves along, clips at a good pace, and then you both see that, and I'm glad the fact that he can take your advice and move forward. I've heard that he did the same thing with John Malin, and he's listened to Brett Smith and their advice from their perspectives, and to make Jawbreakers good. And I'm hoping that it comes out that way. And I think that any one of us who worked with somebody, and we have to, unless we're like a one-man band, like say Troy Torres, we can, and sometimes maybe Troy would benefit from some editorial. I don't know. I liked what happened with Juan Pool. It was good enough.
Yeah, it was really good.
And I think that
awesome.
the fact that he pulled that off in like 2 months, month and a half, good Lord. But that's pretty awesome. And I think we're all doing our own projects and kind of finding our own path, our own process. And I'm really looking forward to Iron Sights, because I used to collect those black and white novels that were graphic novels that were a little more gritty until like the mid 2000s, and the stuff that came along with Frank Miller.
Yeah, I was thinking. I don't know if you guys remember Stray Bullets by
Stray Bullets, awesome. Yeah,
it's a great comic, man. Got serialized here in a comic book magazine that we used to have, no longer have. But I remember I really liked it because it was as these noir movies that I liked, but in comic format, and I have never seen that before. I really liked it.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of those books. I like. There's another one that Image does right now called Slots, and I really enjoy Slots.
Yeah. Panosian is awesome.
And this kind of crime noir. There's like Southern Bastards. That's a pretty good one as well. When it comes to that sort of thing, just kind of exploitation, kind of Pulp Fiction-ish stuff. And I think that's how he's pimping your book, is that if you like that kind of thing, that kind of action adventure, Man, I'm looking forward to it. I really am. And plus, I like your style. It's got a your style kind of reminds me, at least how you've done it, of like Venture Brothers. It has kind of that look.
I need to check that out. I keep hearing the name that I never watched that show.
Well, it's a little tongue in cheek. I think they were like riffing off of like Johnny Quest, and but it has its own thing, its own flavor, and that's what the look of it reminds me of Venture Brothers. So anyway, yeah, take it's a. Have you seen it at all? It was on Adult Swim back in, I don't know, the mid 2000s. So.
Yeah, I guess I understand what you're saying. I used to refer to my style as a long time ago as gritty manga because I was really influenced by animation, both Western and Japanese animation. So yeah, I guess there's some kind of connection there with animated stuff.
Well, I really do I like what you did. I liked your Sugar. It was very Tank Girl that you did. You did this for those of you out there. He's done me a pinup of Sugar Lightspeed, my character, and it feels very Tank Girl, very punk rock. It's a little different take on how she usually is, and I liked it. It's kind of funky looking, and she looks very like she's very mischievous and she's gonna prank on you. And it was a good one, man. I like that.
That's just me printing myself for my characters, I guess.
Nice.
All right, anybody else? I've been talking a while. I'm me and Canales. Anybody else want to say something?
I've been letting you just have your conversation.
I got
what?
One thing I got going on is I finished those pencils for the poster, and Mike Sellers is actually inking them right now. And I'm wondering how's the best way to release that poster for the first time. Like, should I do it on a live stream, or should I just do it for my backers, and or both? And so I'm trying to figure out how to handle that. But I don't know if you guys have any ideas.
I have no idea, man.
Don't
I wish I could tell you. I just do our stuff.
Like,
I think that you should do what feels best. How about that? That's kind of nebulous enough, right?
Yeah, it works. Thanks.
I know. Yeah. Well, thanks for nothing. I've got a poster that Whiskey Paint just kind of he did an original poster that was a little more impressionistic, and I love the look of it. And then he did like this sepia toned kind of movie poster style, and I'm really right now I want to make that into a T-shirt because it's very, very cool. And I'm just debating on. Everybody says Redbubble, but I'm not sure. Maybe I should do multiple platforms.
really? Not you.
Yes, okay, really.
Time.
It was poorly timed, really. My game crashed again, and it's like,
Oh man.
So Canales, how is Spain? How is Basque Country right now? Is it beautiful?
Well, I couldn't say because I'm down here in the Mediterranean trying to enjoy summer, which is something that we don't have up there in the Basque Country. But yeah, I think the whole Europe is being ravaged by a heat wave.
Yeah, I heard that. Is it really super hot down there by the Med?
I just heard that some guy died while working on the road here. No, some kind of road worker. Yeah, he had a heat stroke and he just collapsed and died.
Gee, Christmas. Where are you at? Not I want to dox you or anything, but what?
No, it's okay. I'm in Alicante. I don't know if you ever heard about it.
You actually went a little bit robot there.
Oh yeah, no, I said Alicante, which is where all it's where all the Russians go. I don't know why. It's full of Russians. Have you guys seen Eastern Promises?
Yeah.
It's like that, only with palm trees and beaches.
Well, that's better than because Eastern Promises living on the Thames, for crying out loud.
Yeah.
I like them. I every time I've been to Spain or like France or Italy. Even I've been to Greece once, but I just enjoy the Mediterranean. If I could retire anywhere, I'd probably be there, unless things degrade even further with mass immigration. But I've enjoyed my time in every one of those countries. I'd like to
Europe used to be nice when I was a kid. I think I mentioned this before, but my parents migrated to Belgium before I was born, back in the '60s when Franco. And my dad keeps saying that Brussels has changed a lot. It's been completely. I remember one year it was completely taken over by the Belgian Marines. There were Marines everywhere. After I think it was the 710 bombing, the 710 airport bombing, and Europe is becoming more and more police state by the time.
Yeah,
I'm afraid that
it's from whatever, I haven't been back there for 5 years, and from what my friends have been over there said, it's changed in the 5 years I was there last, which makes me really sad, because there was a time my ideal dream of retirement would have been like to get a boat and just kind of float around the edge of the Med and go to different ports. That would have been it, like my dream. I don't know if that's.
You're better off in America, man. It's the
that's
the last free territory on Earth.
Well, and again, like I love my country. Don't get me wrong. I'm just talking about a place that seemed like easy living and have a good time. And I mean, there are places in the United States that are like that too. But it's just a different vibe. That's all. And I feel sad if that vibe has changed.
Yeah,
I'm going to drop out for a few minutes. I may drop back in, but I got some things I have to take care of. It's been good talking with you, man.
Same, man. Take care.
Yeah, make it over here sometime so we can make an attempt to come see you. All right.
We'll do, man.
All right, brothers. Thanks.
Later.
See ya.
Hey, see ya.
Also, I do know Spork has his stream that's supposed to be going. Let me double check. Like, let's see. Let's see. All right. Yes, Spork has the link set up. Figured switch over there because he was going to talk about comic creation. So maybe Jake, you would want to get in on that.
Sure.
All right.
That's cool.
All right, folks, we're going to cut this stream. Like I said, if you haven't already, follow Sporkman Studios because that's where we're headed. And see you there here in a few minutes, folks.
Take care, guys. Stay awesome.
See you later.
See you soon. Bye.